Hey guys, welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. Anthony here. I hope you're all doing well and staying positive out there. Guys, it's never a dull moment in crypto, that is for sure. That is why I love giving daily market updates. Now, I've got something very, very interesting. All right, so it's got to do with Reef token, Reef crypto, Reef finance, whatever you want to call it. They knew about everything, guys, with FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. I'm going to get through all of that. We also have some updates in relation to Ripple and XRP. There's a whole heap of stuff going on my Twitter feed. It's just exploded overnight. I'm going to go through everything. Make sure you stick around because it's not going to be a boring video, that is for sure. Massive shout out and thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you are new to the channel, make sure you smash the subscribe button down there and turn on that little bell notification as well, because as you can see right here, I love documenting my journey with investing with cryptos, dividend stocks, growth stocks, talking about passive income, building financial freedom, and yes, my goal at the end of the day is to build generational wealth. So come along this incredible journey. We are just getting started. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, watch it straight through, it would really help me push this channel out to a lot more people, because the YouTube algorithm is absolute magic when you find, ladies and gentlemen, do that. So make sure you give it a good old thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything. It is down there absolutely free. Thank you very much. You guys absolutely rock. Also, little disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and due diligence with this stuff. I do not want to see anyone get financially hurt. That is why my number one golden rule is I only invest what I can afford to lose. And yes, we don't like to lose, ladies and gentlemen, but you can lose money like this in the blink of an eye in crypto, as we've all seen over the last few weeks, guys. So please be careful out there. Do your own research and due diligence. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. And yes, every day on this channel now, I'm advocating for cold storage. Buy yourself, if you can afford it, a Ledger, a Trezor, an Algorand. It could be a Descent wallet, a cold wallet that you are comfortable with, that is safe and secure. And if you cannot afford any of those, please download Trust Wallet. Use that on like an old iPhone or Android or whatever you've got. Keep that phone offline, and obviously keep your seed phrase very secure as well. All right, so that's if you can't afford any of those, cold storage wallets. All right. Now, the formalities are out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm going to go straight to the community tab, all right? So, obviously, the total market cap, I just put this up what everyone thinks. In 5 years, what is it going to be? All right, so 6% have said 3 trillion, 8% of you have said 5 trillion, 11% of you have said 8 trillion, 22% of you have said 10 trillion, and 53%, which is the majority, wins $20 trillion, okay? And I tend to agree with that figure down there, and I think it's going to go even higher than that. Anyway, so that would mean that we would be in full bull market territory. So not bear market, bull market territory, and all of the coins would be well and truly above what you're seeing them now. All right, so let that one sink in. Now, Quant, interesting. This was a tweet put out by them. So the ICYMI in Banker and Gilbert Viridian right here discusses Project Cedar Phase 2 and UBIN, a CBDC project between the MAS and the New York Fed to improve wholesale cross-border settlement using multiple currencies. Quant is working with all of these governments and institutions right here for CBDCs, as well as Ripple and XLM. We've got XDC. It's all a part of these projects. That is why I remain so bullish on them. Now, I'm going to go down to here, guys, and this is a pretty lengthy post right here. I'm not going to get into all of it, but the bottom line is this, all right? And I'm going to make this very, very clear that I have never, ever, ever defended Sam Bankman-Fried. All right, I'm making that very clear. I've never defended the guy. I hope he gets arrested from stealing people's money. It's clear as daylight. Now, even more so from what I've just discovered today, that he's done that, and he's been doing it for years. It hasn't just been recently, it's for years, okay? And also, and again, I have never been paid to talk about any crypto project whatsoever. So my Twitter exploded yesterday from the comments I put up about BitBoy going to Sam Bankman-Fried's apartment and his family's investment properties, which each to their own, man. He can do whatever he likes. I don't care what he does. All I said was that, as young people, teenagers watching his freaking videos see that and they think it's acceptable that they can do that also, rather than thinking about an alternative way to handle the situation. That is all I freaking said. And I've copped so much hate that I'm supporting Sam Bankman-Fried. Hell no, that is not the case at all. Please don't misunderstand me. That is not what I was saying. I was saying that I think what he's doing is wrong, and I think there was a completely different way he could have handled the situation. That's all I said. And me personally, I am now seeing what he's still doing today, getting told off by security and whatnot. If this was ever to go to court, and we need to recover our funds, because I have personally lost money as a result of the FTX collapse. If this was ever to go to court, in the United States, somebody wants to take this matter to court, a civil lawsuit, whatever it may be, a class action lawsuit, which is huge, which involves thousands of people. Do you think a judge presiding over the case is going to be looking at what Bitboy is doing as favorable? I don't know. I don't think so. And maybe a judge or some, higher end person over there in a court case when we're trying to fight to get the money back wouldn't look at this in a good manner. And that's all I'm saying. Anyway, I'm moving on from this BS because, again, I have never supported Sam Bankman-Fried, and I never will support people that are absolute crooks and scammers. And also just want to point out as well, yes, certain people are doing this for major attention, obviously because they're being paid by YouTube. Now, if it's anything like my YouTube channel, I can honestly say there would be a lot of money being paid to these YouTube influencers for the amount of views that they're getting. So they're not stupid. And I'm telling people the truth because a lot of people don't have any idea of how this actually works. So I'm telling you, it's all to get views and attention. And anyway, I'm moving on. All I'm going to say is protect yourself, get your cryptos off exchanges, do not invest more than you can afford to lose. And it's as simple as that. If you do this and get a cold storage wallet, protect your assets, you will be fine. Don't go listening to all of these people and influencers out there putting out DAOs with, 100 million X APY and all that BS, or 10%, 20%, whatever it is. If you invest in that stuff, of course, you've got to be prepared to lose it. That's just the game we're in. As I mentioned in my video yesterday, there's no one we can call to get our money back. So we have to look out for each other and ourselves, okay? Anyway, that's enough of that. Sorry, I just get a bit fired up about it because it's like people are calling me a Sam Bankman-Fried supporter. That's absolute bullshit. I would never support that guy, all right? Just making that very clear because I've seen so many tweets and it just gets under my skin a little bit, but I've got tough skin, so I can deal with it. Anyway, just making that point out. These were the altcoins up in my portfolio today. We have Dogecoin almost flipping XRP, but it hasn't happened, and I don't think it will, but we'll see what happens. I don't think so. Telcoin is up as well. Superfarm, Theta, and RSR. Now, let's go to CoinSpot. This is where I personally buy my cryptos in Australia. There is a referral link below. Please feel free to use that if you wish. Of course, do your own research. Again, you will get $10 in Bitcoin. Now, just to make this clear, all the prices you see here are in Australian dollars. Everything else is set to USD because I'm catering for everybody around the world. All right? Also, ladies and gentlemen, I've taken most of my assets off exchanges. I've put them in my cold storage wallet. I'm now using my Algorand. That's just something I prefer to use. I'm confident with it, and I like the big screen because it's easier for me to use, as opposed to the Ledger Nano X, which is quite small. But the assets that I'm keeping on the exchange to stake, I'm well and truly prepared to lose those assets. All right, I'm staking Cardano. I'm staking Axie Infinity. Ethereum I'm staking on here as well. So whatever it is, I'm prepared to lose those. That's just the mentality you have to have, unfortunately, in this space. All right, but as far as I'm aware, everything is okay at the moment, but I'm well and truly prepared. Now, Bitcoin sitting at $24,000 today, 24,837. Now, I've seen a few comments in relation to me calling the bottom. Honestly, I was buying assets at 80 to 90% higher than what you see here. Bitcoin was nearly $100,000. Okay, XRP, I was buying it dollar cost averaging at around $1.90 to $2. And I keep scrolling down here to my other assets as well that I do hold. For example, Axie Infinity was $80 right there. It is $10 right now. So for me, this is like everything's at a discounted price anyway. So I'm at a massive loss still in my portfolio down. I'm still holding Bitcoin from 2017. I have not sold it. I've been in crypto since that time. Obviously, yeah, I didn't do documenting on my channel, but I've been there since 2017. Now, again, all of these assets to me, it feels like the bottom. I mean, honestly, with the collapse of FTX, the collapse of UST, all of the BS players in this space are being cleaned out. Now, that is pretty much it, guys, in terms of that. So people are saying that I called the bottom. I think it's probably going to be remaining pretty stable at this level at 24K, which I don't even know what it is in US dollars at the moment, but that's pretty much where it's at. Now, I want to go to something interesting, but before I do that, guys, I've got the Wall Street Bull Patreon. It is linked below. I put up all my buys, my sells, my trades, what I'm doing with my investments, whether it be crypto, dividend stocks. I put up everything in this Patreon page. And again, I'm doing some pretty crazy stuff with trading on a platform which everyone knows in the Patreon as well. And I did put up a pretty lengthy video on that and description of what I do to enter and exit those trades. Anyway, linked below. It's for a bullish community for serious investors, all right? Have a look at it if you wish. Feel free to join up. It is linked below. Now, let's go to crypto bubbles, then we'll get into all the juicy stuff, all right? On the day, let's have a look here, guys. We have Cello up 31%, the biggest bubble on the day. That's crazy. 55% on the week. Had you have bought this yesterday, you'd be up 31% on your money in 24 hours. That is just unbelievable. Anyway, moving on, I'm not investing in that. Doge is up 10% as well. I'm not sure what's happening there with that pumping, but it's been doing quite well the last week and the last month. You can't complain about 22%. I'm still holding my Dogecoin, being open and honest about it. When this was at 60 cents, I believe it was, USD, I got out of it and it was around about 80 cents Australian. I sold out a massive position of mine and put it into Bitcoin. And I've been holding it ever since, right? And I got into all of that before Elon Musk and the whole SNL thing and all that, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it just went crazy. Now, XLM is up 2% on the day. This is another undervalued gem, all right, working with banks and institutions and is obviously programming and building the Australian stablecoin as well. And it also is one of two. Ripple and Stellar are the only two projects out there that are providing the liquidity solution out there for banks and institutions. So do what you will with that one. We have Quant down 1.7% as well, which is interesting. Now, guys, Nexo have got a staking service as well. Pretty high yields. So again, I just saw a tweet before, and I'm very concerned about this because I don't know where they're getting their yields from. Whereas like they're doing like many other platforms are like 1%, APY, whatever it may be. They're still at the highest level of like 10 plus. So I just want to point out, be very careful if you've got your assets in Nexo. All right. Now, that's pretty much it. And of course, Theta, I do like Theta. They've got some incredible patents as well and working with, I believe, it's one of the biggest entertainment companies in the United States. So again, I've seen price predictions of this going to thousands of dollars. So I don't know. Mine's in cold storage. I'm going to leave it there and see what happens with Theta. Now, let's go to the juicy stuff, all right? So, look at this. Sorry, there's people in the background. I do apologize. Now, this was back in 2021, all right? 16th of March. This actually came out on the 15th of March. Reef announced that Alameda Research invested $20 million. But now, let's go to this one because this article is actually even better. But $80 million deal gone wrong. Alameda Research refinanced Hbar over unloaded tokens. Now, this is interesting right here because I've been talking about Reef for a very long time on my channel, for about 2 years. I've been dollar cost averaging into it. I've got a massive position in this because I think it's going to go crazy. But this is interesting. So the founder of Reef actually knew that Sam Bankman-Fried was up to some no good stuff right here back then. He knew about it. So have a look at this. A scuttled deal between Sam Bankman-Fried's Alameda Research and DeFi upstart Refinance offers an inside look at the wild world of OTC trading. So an $80 million deal between a rising decentralized finance DeFi project and a juggernaut crypto investment firm unraveled Monday. Both projects pointing fingers and waging chins, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, Refinance, a multi-chain liquidity provider, appeared to reverse course on an over-the-counter deal for its Reef tokens. Halfway through due and doubts around Alameda's long-term interest in being a strategic investor, the startup said on a Monday blog post. This is going back then, all right? So Reef had offered 20% discount on the tokens to promote synergies between Serum and Solana, two projects in which Alameda is heavily invested. The dispute turned into a Twitter flame war. However, after a large portion of that initial token was immediately transferred to Binance, presumably to be sold. So FTX went to sell the tokens straight away. So with the conflict, crypto plebs got behind-the-scenes glimpse at an over-the-counter deal between one of the crypto's most aggressive trading desks and yet another young DeFi team trying to make it big. So for the first 20 million tranche, we followed the movement of the sold Reef tokens and immediately saw that the tokens we had just transferred to Alameda were being offloaded on Binance Exchange. Reef wrote in its blog post, "We could not understand why Alameda, our long-term strategic investor, would offload their tokens immediately after purchase to Binance. In contention, it is the existence of a vesting period for tokens." Reef CEO Denko Machensky told CoinDesk in an email that an immediate token flip was definitely not what was supposed to happen. Alameda, on the other hand, says there was no agreed upon vesting period. The whole ordeal is public, with legal threats mounting. Alameda directed CoinDesk to its blog post when reached for comment. Keep reading on. So Alameda agreed to purchase 2.7 billion Reef tokens worth an estimated $80 million on March 8th, according to public documents. The purchase was set to broken into two parts. One $20 million transaction, followed by a press announcement, and then a second $60 million transaction. However, both sides now in dispute if the second transaction was ever supposed to occur under the verbal agreements occurring on a messaging app Telegram made prior to the trade. Machensky told CoinDesk there was literally no legal agreement, contract, or any kind of paperwork whatsoever. They portray themselves as a reputable VC fund, while in reality they just manipulate projects / retail with their reputation. Machensky said of Alameda, which is helmed by FTX CEO and breakout crypto star Sam Bankman-Fried. They portray themselves as a reputable VC fund, while in reality they just manipulate projects / retail with their reputation. So the founder of Reef knew that there was something going on back in 2021 with Sam Bankman-Fried already. Interesting stuff, man. It really when you get deeper into this stuff, it just makes me just even more angry that people think I support Sam Bankman-Fried. Get stuffed. That's just absolute bullshit. Don't say that. All right, I'm completely with everyone with this. All right, obviously the only thing I just said was just in regards to BitBoy doing what he was doing. That's all. I think he could have handled it a lot better. And I know that a lot of mainstream media are avoiding this because there's obviously some serious ties with Sam Bankman-Fried with government agencies, higher up people. His parents are obviously some sort of lawyers over there. I don't even know, but they're scary stuff, really. So, all right, do what you got to do, man. But anyway, moving on to XRPL, there is a dispute going on here about it being centralized. The Ripple executives argue right here, so they're going back and forth. But a new controversy over the decentralization of the XRP ledger and the cryptocurrency that is obviously XRP has emerged and continued over the past 2 days. Arguments for the doubters, these were presented by Ripple's former director and development, Matt Hamilton, and the company's current CTO, David Schwartz. So responding to the thesis that being a zero revenue generating blockchain, XRPL cannot offer validators earnings, which discourages independents from participating in the network. The lack of earnings generates a lack of independent validators, which poses a threat to the XRPL being taken over by Ripple and affiliates, said a doubting user. Hamilton agreed that the revenue of the blockchain is zero, which is what makes it decentralized, as the interests of validators and users are aligned. As for taking over the network via subordinate validators, the company's former chief developer stated that Ripple only controls a list of unique nodes. If Ripple tried to take over other validators, however, the other nodes would simply exclude them from their UNLs, which is interesting. So David Schwartz responded to another argument regarding the amendments validators may try to bring to a vote. It was stated that if the validators successfully vote to change or for a change and the nodes do not agree, they simply separate from each other, i.e. a fork occurs. The question was on the subject where more XRP can be created on one side by voting, and in the same way a vote to burn all the XRP held by Ripple can happen, which is interesting. So Ripple's holdings in the XRPL, as reported by you today, XRP Foundation obviously removed 2 Ripple-controlled validators and added 1 in early October. At the moment, Ripple reportedly controls 2 out of 35 validators, or less than 6% of all capacity. Meanwhile, the company holds 44 billion XRP in escrow accounts. And that is obviously, I believe anyway, that's just my opinion, that they're holding that for once this case is over. They're going to be obviously selling a lot of institutions. Now, I do apologize. I think my computer's having a bit of a fritz today. I don't know why. Let me just have a look here, guys. I think it is. But anyway, interesting stuff. So Ripple sets a new record as 108,000 XRP used in the XRPL NFT sales. So XRPL Punk's NFT collection makes record sales, hitting a new milestone for the XRP ledger. The XRP ledger is pushing for more NFT adoption through a $250 million Ripple's Creator Fund. I'm not really advocating for NFTs other than the real world use cases, which again is the transfer of titles and so forth. Anyway, it's a bit of a long video, but I had to get into this stuff with Reef token because it's pretty interesting. All right, so obviously I'm not going to go into anything else, but a couple of cryptos to watch, which is interesting. Obviously, this article points to Litecoin. It points to Dogecoin as well. I'm still holding that. Let's move down. Cardano. I do hold Cardano. I'm very bullish on that. Huobi token, I'm not interested in. That has been doing quite well. And Chainlink, I did buy the other week. All right, so I did do that. Now, cryptometer.io, let's quickly go through this and we'll go to Twitter. There isn't a lot happening on there apart from all this hate and trolls everywhere, man. It's full on. But Doge, are they wrapped Bitcoin? You have Trust Wallet token, Ethereum name service. We have Bitcoin XRP, which is nice to see that up there, and that's pretty much it. Now, let's quickly go to Twitter. And yes, I'm at the Wall Street Bull Oz. Feel free to go follow me on there. If you wish, when I do have 100,000 subs on YouTube, I will be giving this away live. You can count on that. Now, this tweet was deleted. All right, so... Okay, so what this was really, really interesting right here. And anyway, so this was a tweet by, I think it was, give me a second, because this was actually, let me just see if I can go here. Mr. Intuitive right here. Hang on, let me have a look here, guys. It was a tweet saying that was BitBoy paid $500,000. Now, actual fact, let me pull up. Hang on a second. So just to show you guys here, I did get a snapshot of this, all right? BlackBerry XRP put this up. I did screenshot this because I had a feeling it would be deleted. But Alameda paid BitBoy Crypto approximately $500,000 over the last 12 months. Truma or rumor? What gets me is the fact that BitBoy said this. Take this down, man. Why would you be saying that? I don't know. But it's pretty scary stuff, man. I'm not making any accusations, but why would you be saying to somebody delete it if it wasn't true? Anyway, I just speak the truth on this channel, all right? So please don't rip my head off. Anyway, I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's satire. I don't know. I don't know anything about these influencers anymore. Everyone's been paid to do a lot of stuff. Me personally, I have not. Anyway, this week it was disclosed that the House of Representatives... interesting right here. Alan S. Lowenthal right here purchased over $50 million in treasury bonds. The maturity date is the 5th of the 4th next year in 2023, a 4.56% interest rate. This is an unusually large purchase for a politician. There's a lot of corruption there, man, in the United States with politicians and getting, out there with their stock investments. Full on. We have this as well. And again, I'm not going to get into this, but really scammers going after each other in this bear market. The bottom is close. I agree. And this is awesome right here. And thank you, Baba, for this one. But how much XRP do you need to hold? Have a quick listen.
Result, $100. Then you can only buy $100. If that's all you can buy, then that's enough. Can you buy more? If the answer is yes, then you may insert $100 more into your wallet. If the answer is that enough? The answer should be yes or no. If it is yes, then you can continue with another $100 if you can. And if you can do it, then you just buy more. Now you have to ask yourself, is that enough? Can I buy more? Or should I stop? If the answer is you can buy more, then you can go and fund your wallet with another $100. You buy $100 more of XRP. Then you ask yourself, can I buy more? If the answer is yes, then you go and fund your wallet with another $100. Now, you need to ask yourself, if I buy more, is it enough? If I buy more, Will there be consequences if something goes wrong? If the answer is no, you can put another $100. But eventually, there is no more $100. So when the $100 ends, it's enough. Just like asking the question, how much is enough? It's enough. You know when it's enough. Nobody else knows. So stop asking other people how much is enough.
It's true. And only you know yourself how much is enough. Anyway, and again, this is the interesting one about Nexo, but ask yourself how Nexo is paying 10% on stablecoins while DeFi yields are at 1% and the short duration of UST treasuries is 4.5%. Meanwhile, every counterparty in the crypto space has blown up. Be very careful if you've got your money on Nexo. You've got Jeremy Hogan right here, a legend, very big fan, but here is the Bahamas criminal penal code for fraud. Seems like taking people's money under false pretenses fits the bill. Has anyone filed a police report against FTX? Might be something to find out or do while you are there. See what I mean? That is a logical thing to do. All right, you've got the power and the influence. Do that. Go and do that. Now. I don't know why you're waiting. Go there. You're there. Anyway, just saying. Johnny Dean, I encourage everyone to read these two tweets below. Read it, then just think about it. That's our SEC and Gensler in action. Don't forget the co-lead SEC attorney prosecuting the Ripple case left midstream to go work for BlockFi. Corruption. Anyway, Fear and Greed Index is sitting at 26 today at the time of recording. Quickly go to CoinMarketCap. It is a long video today, guys. I do apologize. And the gainers in my portfolio today are Doge, TEL, Superfarm, Theta, Reserve Rights, OMI, Luna, DGB, which has not been up for a long time, and Rose. But where my main focus is, guys, is on my banking coins, all right? These ones here are actually using, helping real-world utility stuff here. Cross-border payments, on-demand liquidity, CBDCs, helping governments, institutions. It's a no-brainer in my opinion. It's not financial advice. Ethereum, XRP, ADA, AVAX, Link, XLM, Algorand, Quant, Hedera, IOTA, Casper, XDC and Alliance Block. And guys, yes, my portfolio right here does consist of Reef. All right, I'm not paid by Reef whatsoever. I discovered this morning when I was on my morning walk, and I could not believe it. All right, so again, there is Reef. It just makes me even more bullish that Danko Machensky, the founder of Reef, called SBF's BS back then in 2021. All right, so he was the actual one, but I don't think anyone freaking listened to him. What do you think about that? Let's talk in the comments. Peace out, guys. Follow me on the Patreon. And again, follow me on social media down below. Make sure you check the spelling because there's a lot of fake accounts. All right, peace and love. We'll speak to you tomorrow. Stay safe. Bye.